Okay, welcome again. It is actually I think I stopped saying the date, so I'm not going to say the date right now. But episode 25 of the soloQue podcast, and this is the podcast where I try to carry myself for like 30 minutes on my own 2 feet. I don't know how well I do, so yeah. Just same verse, or what is it? 25th verse, same as the first. I don't seem to get myself ready for this. Yay. Okay, so give me a second. All right, so I don't know what to start with. YouTube, or at least it's a. Okay, actually, right now is May. Um, so I don't know if I've talked about the new quarter going on for since April, because April was the start of the first quarter or second quarter, and this is the start of the second quarter, middle, like second month, and I released a video about just that, my first quarter and how well I did. And I will say I've done relatively okay. That's the best I can say is I got two of my three objectives done. The third one was fortunately not exactly as I wanted it. Like, hey, timeliness, time efficiency. Didn't do it. Why? Because I'm terrible at that. One video a month, it's easy. Just say it. But the first video, January, was just a replacement. It was good enough because I was able to do the recording, but I did it all in 3 days. The second one was a bit longer, but it was like for 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I had 3 minutes. Yeah, 4 minutes in the video boast. That one I got happy about. We'll say this: there's technically a follow up to that, but I haven't done it yet. It was supposed to be done in April, but I worked on this video instead. And March was Aishika. Aishika was funny, I think. But the concept was it could have been done better. No matter. So yeah, the entirety of this April dedicated to getting class stuff done because it's the end portion of the. I guess this is technically this is the spring semester. The next is going to be fall. Actually, next is going to be summer, and I do have to do something like that. But kind of look at this. Well, I did not all the numbers, but I looked at some of the numbers, and hot damn, I spent 15 hours writing. 15 hours. I think the most I spent last time was either 8 or like almost 10. But 15. It was hard to write for this. Okay, if I look at the timelines, okay? I started on the 4th, which is okay. I gotta talk about something else now after this, but started on the 4th, 5th, 6th, 8th, 9th, 11th, right? Nice. Then, you go into 12, 13, 19. Whoa. Yeah, from 13 to 19, I do several days. Now, I can't remember exactly what was going on with those, but I just either couldn't write or didn't write. And those were revisions. Then from there, I did 24, the final written. Then I didn't start recording until the 27th, which the good news is as soon as I got like recording done, I did, okay, so 2 days of recording, then started audio editing, then editing the audio and then the video, and got it all. Actually, this is bad because I got it all finished on 30th and uploaded on the 30th. Good news, it has like 13 views and seems to have been done so well, but they've done X number of well, but there are problems that it has. Like, again, I had a different video idea planned, and I even said in there I probably might have to push it, and I did. I did have to push that, unfortunately. And it sucks. It's a thing that happens. No need to be irritated by it. It's just gonna happen. It was 14 minutes. That video was 14 minutes. I did not expect that, but I did expect a slightly longer, longer time frame. But then I also expected it to be shorter. What? Nah. It ended up being about. Again, it ended up being about 14 minutes. And part of that was because I had to. The first half was literally a setup to saying, "Here's my system." Watch the video, you might say, "Wow, that's a fucking ludicrous system," but it's what I use. Let's just see. Okay, so I don't have how much recording time it took, but I'm pretty sure it didn't take anywhere near as long. Because half of the recordings are not even a full hour. I haven't done the numbers yet all the way. I'm lazy. This is one thing I need to do. I did notice that stream times, I can get an average of stream times if I look at it, because let's see, first two were like 60, next one was 40. I think the one after that, like in April, was 30, because I just streamed a little bit less. But I don't know what's going to happen this month, but I can do that. I can look at, say, 5 or the first 2 quarters or the first however many, and add them all together and say, hey, and then divide, by 4 or 5, depending. Say this is how many hours I've streamed on average. Hooray! Okay, so got to start any form of a stopwatch. That's that on me. Okay, so for that, also podcast alone, I've been fortunately pushing that off, not intentionally, but realizing, because I uploaded an episode the same exact day, because I realized that the last Sunday was legitimately podcast day, and I'm like, oh fuck, yeah. So, let's just see. I also realized something else. This kind of video, because I do plan to do a quarter 2 video once the quarter's done, a quarter 3 video once that's done, and probably a quarter 4 video once that's done. I don't know if I plan on doing anything for the next thing, but I don't want these videos to be the only, the only video I work on that month. These are more for my own benefit. So I realized that during the month I'm working on it, or during the times I'm working on it, I have to, and I repeat, have to log down what I'm doing. I might not be able to have a better video if I just log it as I go. Meaning these have to be started well in advance. Meaning if I want to do a quarter 2, I actually have to start it in May, but I can't let that be the only focus. It means I have to start gathering notes on May. Talking about May, it's the 7th, and I haven't started a video idea yet. What to start a video idea on just yet. I can go back to the old thing I was working on, possibly. Or I could make a different type of content. Like, I'm not trying to go for a specific set of content, I'm just trying to make stuff, right? If I need to start doing something specific and just do a whole bunch of stuff and then do a new channel, I'll do it. But until then, I'm just going with what I can do. This isn't exactly that. So let's see. I need to figure out what to do this month. Might. Uh, let's just see. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to have a queue of 2 to 3 videos in there at any point in time, minus any particular mandatory videos in there. But I need to find my list and then revamp it too. What else? Twitter, I just milkshake. I'm like, I could really go for a milkshake. Ooh. Okay, so that video needs to be worked on. I need to start doing that soon. And school, that's going to be also really. I have to go to summer classes because if I don't, I can't live where I'm living right now. So I guess que sera sera. Not much to say about that. It's just one math class done every single day. So I don't know if I have to change up the stream schedule or not. So let's see. That's that. What else? All right, so fuck. I'm trying to think. Sorry, it's just videos are difficult. Something I know I could possibly do a video on, but at the same time, I have a problem with like I have a problem with saying it out loud because the moment you do, it's logged out, it's logged somewhere. Like even if it's a video that no one will watch, it's like oh yeah. Let's just see. I could do a video. I could do a video legitimately on Ruby, but it depends upon what. It really depends upon what I would want to do, because I don't really have a desire to do any reviews, you know. But then again, what's a review? Well, most reviews I see are all about the idea of, well, consumer based content. Like, is this good? Is this good for you to consume? What the hell? Okay, sorry. I'm doing something. I'm watching videos. I should have the audio off. Let's turn that off. Okay. I do have things to talk about for Ruby in general, but it really depends upon what I want to do. I could talk about the video game, which I'm actually going to do about right now soon, but put it into an actual formalized series of thoughts. Uh, actually, probably talk about that right now. So yes, there's been a game. I think it was released in, was it late 2016? I think for PC and somewhere. I think it's already been released somewhere in 2017 for consoles. So called Grim Eclipse. I've been playing it for a while on a couple days on stream. Played it a little bit before then, just to get it, just to try it out. I like it, but it does have some minor issues, more technical than anything else. By technical, I mean like one of the immediate things I've noticed is invisible walls. Uh, uh, obviously, the main problem with that is not like say edges where you could possibly go off, like possible small cliffs you could kind of jump off and roam around. Not that. I don't have a problem with that. Uh, there are like parts of terrain that are sort of like say curved in or like not a straight path, but the way that the terrain is created or the collision is done, you can't like go into certain corridors. Well, it's just a little daunting, not daunting, distracting. Like, oh, well, that's a thing. That is a thing. It sucks. It sucks to just kind of like see that. It's a level of small amount of polish that wasn't put on. Trying to think if I should. Well, I think it's it. So, the thing about game is it's basically hack and slash. I've seen that it's inspired by some things. It said like Kingdom Hearts. I can see that somewhat, but Devil May Cry, I can see that completely. Devil May Cry's general system. What I've seen with a lot of it's like just Devil May Cry in general games. I play both DMC and 4. People call 5. It's not 5. It's reboot, so it doesn't count. But what it is like it's like input combos, right? So press the light. It has a light attack, a strong attack, and since it's Ruby as a call it a this is the reason why if I were to make a video, I need to make it like a legitimate like video with semi research on it. Ultimate attack, which is a big AOE, and a big attack with AOE, and a team attack, which you can still use, and it's a prompt. It's all prompts. Ranged attack. I think I said that. I think combos can be interlaced with. I think are the only ones that initiate combos. Heavy attacks are the ones that finish them off. It's not as diverse or as how do you call it? As well versed as say Devil May Cry, but I can understand why. Like, okay, so I've playing Devil May like I wanted to say DMC4, but that's probably the best thing to call it. DMC4 is you start off the game as a character called Nero, the guy with the devil armor, demon armor, whatever. He got a sword, a pretty neat sword, and he's also got a pistol that he holds on the other thing, and he ends up fighting Dante. Okay, nice. Well, his entire style is like I think about a one-handed sword, and then kind of like shoots things, and then the gun. It's like again the revolver is literally like a pew. It's a power sword, a power weapon, and you get different weapons. But the entire point of any Devil May Cry game is you use your sword to rack up. Pretty sure I'm not just paraphrasing, but sick combos and stuff. And then you use the gun to juggle or keep your combo from breaking. That's the one thing I've noticed. You can upgrade your you can upgrade your abilities, but when you upgrade them, one, you can only do a specific save points. That's because each stage is relatively lengthy. Each stage in Devil May Cry is relatively lengthy. At one point, you do get control over Dante, who has a slightly different setup. He has a sword, he has his two guns, Ebony and Ivory. He also gets a large number of things. He gets Pandora's box as a weapon. literally like a briefcase, but it turns into like a not a minigun. It turns into like a rocket launcher and everything, kind of like Coco's weapon. Hmm. But yeah, I'm trying to think because they both have completely different heads up displays. They do have like a demon form, which is activate, and then you can do like ultimate power or something. But that makes sense in the context of that game because it's a single player. Ruby is meant to be a multiplayer. It has a single player mode. I've only played the single player. I should probably see if I can try playing the multiplayer. I don't like playing with randos, but I might have no choice. Anyways, it's a hack and slash. I think it's fun. I also think it breaks your wrists. Last boss fight is kind of crap because it ends up inserting a indefinitely spawning particular enemy type that is just annoying as fuck to deal with. You can do it, you just have to know what the fuck you're doing. It lacks an actual tutorial, which I feel is kind of no bueno. Yeah. Just think about it like this. If you're a fan of Ruby, probably worth looking at. But at the same time, if you're a really big fan of, say, really awesome hack and slash games like from Platinum, like Bayonetta, former Platinum crew members used to be a part of a thing called Clover Studios, which also made some beat 'em ups, one with God Hand. Those were really awesome. Those are really awesome. And unfortunately, this game doesn't really compare to those, but I don't expect it to because it did start out as like, an indie project for a fan game. It's just that Rooster Teeth saw it and they actually took the guy on. The guy. They didn't just buy the property, they took the guy on and made him part of like a team. Like, awesome. That's awesome. I'm not knocking the game for that, but I do have to say, at a core, it does seem like it has a couple missteps or things that it missed out on. Like all the HUD is the same, which makes sense. But I do feel like they could have pushed it a little bit. You can't capture everything about the game, but I'd say it's good enough. It is fun, but it is pretty short. I've been able to beat it twice in about 3 to 4 hours, so the campaign doesn't take a whole long time. And now solo. I could go into the characters. Ruby has her scythe. She has a single target range shot, which also gets upgraded. I think it turns into like an explosive shot. I don't want to say she deals mainly in AoE, but she does mainly in spinny scythe stuff. Weiss is kind of like a mage. She doesn't really have a super powerful like ranged attack. I mean, it's powerful, but it's a barrage. It doesn't stun anything. I don't know if Ruby does either. I don't know all the maximum upgrades either for stuff. But the okay, so if we think about say Blake's range attack is funny because it's generally a 2-shot from a pistol and then a ranged attack, a ranged like crescent energy beam, whatever. It's a Getsuga Tensho from the sheath. By the way, her sheath has a fucking blade on it. That's not safe. Oh well. Anyways, it's vertical normally, and you can get a stun ability that makes it horizontal, and that is the most broken stun in the game. Yang, her gauntlets are, they're basically just shotguns, and basically they're very, very short range, extremely short. They can't really go that far, so they're not really good as ranged weapons unless you use the third strike. Odds are the third strike's the only thing that's gonna hit anything because it actually locks onto a target. Yang's a brawler. Weiss is a mage. She only does, the dust, ice-based dust stuff, which kind of sucks because she is a character that, even though she uses ice most of the time, she is capable of using multiple colors. I would like to see her use multiple colors of dust, like fire and electricity, because she has done it before. Mildly, but I would like her to do that. Just, with the preference towards ice, but. Because Ruby in the beginning of the 4th volume, but I gotta talk about something else too, got to use some, like, a fire dust rifle, or, rifle round, and then a lightning bait. Actually, reverse order, but yeah, she got to do that. So I'm thinking Weiss needs to do that. I do think that Blake's awesome because she has also better. I think she has a better ultimate than a lot of other characters aside from Ren. I'm gonna get to them soon, but Blake's ultimate is basically she throws out a clone. It does an AOE based damage, but the basic clone does like a circular strike, right? One of the 2 upgrades you can get, I think the first one's going to be the first one you can get naturally is a stone. Basically uses like earth dust, which she throws it out and just creates a big explosion. One you have to get through because she's the one with, like, everyone has like a ultimate mastery, so you have to use their ultimate like X number of times. Hers is different because you use like one ultimate like 100 times and the next one 400 times, but it ends up being 300 because used it the first time. The second one is an ice-based one, which is still an explosion, but it also freezes. And then the 4th one, which you have to get one of them beforehand, so you have to do one and then the other, that drops and it just creates it uses fire dust, so it just explodes. It's a huge explosion, which is awesome. She has one where she does a shadow strike thing where when she team attacks, shadow strikes. Ruby does a circular thing. Weiss does a kind of like a stab and a jump and a drop, while Yang does just a big ass punch because Yang's ultimate is awesome too because, okay, actually Blake's, I forgot to say that her ultimate, she actually jumps backward. So it's one of the only ultimates that actually maneuvers her. You also can use her semblance much I think it's a lot easier to have her semblance be used because it's using combos, and it's actually one combo where you weak or light attack 3 times and then you strong attack. She takes the flip back and then a clone explodes. Like, that's awesome. I like that. Again, Ruby's is just a big attack, and I think the entire point of the ultimates is not to be saved; it's to be used in conjunction with everything. Because this thing also uses, a kind of hitting system, not chain hitting system, kind of combo based system, but it doesn't like rank you based on your combo. Kind of like how Devil May Cry does, like not Wicked, but like A B C D, and F or E or whatever. But they say like I don't know if they say Wicked, but they do have like it's like I think sick is S and double sick or something, that kind of thing. I do feel like that there are some missed opportunities that they have, but it's good enough. It's fun. I don't know if I can justify it for everybody at like $20 because that's what it is right now without the DLC. Because they did add a horde mode for online, which is probably a good mode. I haven't played it yet. I should try it soon. But that is it would be worth the sale though. I do. Any amount knocked off would definitely be worth the buy. They do have a DLC. Jean, well, Team Juniper is the entire thing. Jean doesn't have a ranged weapon, so the most he has is actually a shield bash, shield dash. So he can't ranged anybody, but his ultimate is literally he, does a kind of AoE because they have like a better design, just because they're they're more unique than Team Ruby because Team Ruby's all ultimate side or team attack and ranged, while Team Juniper is Jean is actually about heavy, and his heavy attack is an AoE based. That's awesome. His ultimate is knocks everybody back, knocks all enemies back, and gives all nearby teammates a plus 50% damage boost. Like, holy shit! Yeah, it gets to him too. I haven't seen his team attack yet because I just haven't seen it. A lot of basic passive buffs. Most of the passive buffs are general, like the same. but then there are like two specifically for people. I don't know what everybody's is. Weiss, when she attacks, some of them are for counter, and that's kind of like difficult to get because counters, you have to play the game I think multiple times and just be spamming the B button. Anyways, like Weiss is when she attacks or completes a combo chain or a attack hit chain or whatever. She gets more ultimate charge per character per thing, so her ultimate charge is faster. While Blake gets the ability to let's just see, she gets the ability to go in between combo chains. Like she hits characters, and if she ends up if she doesn't hit like normal chains just break after a certain amount of time. I don't know the exact amount of time, but she gets a duration, an increased duration between, and then the first hit she takes does not automatically break the combo because that's usually what happens with all games. You know, combos. If you miss one, you break the combo. If you take a hit, you break your combo. I don't know what Ruby's is because I haven't gone that far yet. I do have yet to still full Ruby run, a full Yang run by themselves. Like the next one's gonna be a Ren run. I played some basic of all these characters. Nora. Now she goes back to the standard form of ultimate, which is a jump in the air and then charge attack down with hammer thing. As based on Thor. She's based on Thor. Sorry, I had to say that twice. Then you have, let's just see, a team attack, which I think is also like, attacking them with a electricity-based hammer. I don't know if she attacks them with the electricity or just with the hammer. She has a range attack because, rocket launcher. Well, the rocket launcher is a little wonky, if you ask me. And some of her animations are a tad wonky, too. It's kind of sad because it just seems like some of the like the light attack animations are just kind of like a little weak. Like, whop. I don't know anything else special for her because I haven't played her that much. I do need to do a Nora run. It would be amazing, though. Then we have, let's see what else. All right, Pyrrha. Pyrrha actually is very different because, one, her weapon does not have any, her ranged weapon has no specialty. It's just a rifle. It just goes pew, pew, pew. That's it. I forgot to talk about guard breaks, but everyone has a guard break where they dash over there. Pyrrha's guard break is actually throwing her shield. That's awesome because it means she doesn't have to go over there and get stuck in the middle of a thing. She upgrades her ultimate, which I do think is also a similar, I think it's a similar like AoE based attack because they've all been AoE based attacks. Makes sense. Team attack, I don't really know too much about. Again, I haven't gotten to use it because sometimes team attacks just don't really happen unless your heavy attack lands off. And she doesn't upgrade her heavy attack. She actually upgrades her combo, which is like, holy shit. That's awesome. I like that. I think that's part of my part of my issue with some of this, that her attack, like not her, but characters in general just have this issue with how they upgrades are there and they do give variety, but I do think that would have been nicer if it would have been a lot more asymmetrical. Oh well, for another day. I'm not really ragging on it. I do like the game. I just do think that I think about stuff from a design perspective, and I do think that there was some elements that they probably could have gone more harder on, but just ended up not. What else? The last one was Ren. He is another favorite. Because his light attacks are his weapon. His heavy attacks are his aura blast, where he pumps aura into your body, and he has one upgrade that allows him to actually consume aura to make it stronger. I'm like, yes. Sorry, I just feel like that's something that's one use of aura that should be. What else? I love his ultimate the best because it's literally he jumps up and he just starts warping and punching people or pumping them full of aura and just they pop. I like Aura a lot because Hunter x Hunter. It's not exactly like Hunter x Hunter, but it has some similes. So I'm like, yes, yes. If anything, I know Ren more for his more common use of just strike attacks instead of actual gun-based attacks. Although he does do the Dante thing, where I don't know if Dante does this normally. Either Dante or yeah, it has to be Dante, where his range attack, he also improves the heavy attack. He doesn't improve his range attack, but his range attack is awesome because they're both, he's like both either submachine guns or machine pistols. I don't know. He goes pew 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 pew, and then AOE attack. But then if he jumps in the air, he goes pew, same thing, attack, fire, 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 and then jumps up in the air, goes upside down, and spreads within a certain distance, and like, yes. Sorry, it's awesome. I love Ren. I don't know what else to say about the characters. I do like that I did get some of the DLC. I did not get all of the DLC because you can get the the dance outfits, which I actually like putting Ren in the dance outfit, and then putting them in the school uniforms. Got the school uniforms for Ruby, and it didn't get I didn't get all of them. I got the prom stuff for Juniper. I like the game. I do. I need to start playing some other parts of it. I do just kind of wish it was a little bit longer, but like, okay, so there's some things that I could say need improvement, but there's some things that I could say about improving that can't be improved without considerable overhaul. One of them is the stages, because there's only 10 stages, and each stage is not so long that the game gets boring, although it is murder on my wrists. It doesn't get boring though for me. But so they're not so long. Like as I said, Devil May Cry stages tend to be quite a distance. I think they actually have like checkpoints. This game has checkpoints because you might die, but they're not so huge. They're not like long stretches. They do kind of use the wave thing every single time. They don't like have too many control points. They have some differences. It's kind of like different variations on the same stuff, generally speaking. But it's fun. Um, I'm just trying to think because they do use a lot of the wave tactics on it, and then spliced in between other stuff. I was right. Sorry, I had to look on the wiki. They are fully automatic pistols. They look like pistols. They are fully automatic, but they're not SMGs. They're they are pistols. Looking at a picture of them because it's something that really confused the hell out of me. Was that his pistols look like they're like they have these gigantic blades on them, right under the arm guard and whatnot. And they don't really seem to have any usable thing, but apparently they do have like collapsible blades, which is awesome. I like Ren's weapon because it's literally just mostly static. I mean, it's collapsible, it seems, but it doesn't, transform into a blade. The blades are just there, so you pop from shoot, 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 and then slice, slice, slice. That's awesome. Let's see what else. Well, that's all about that. As I said, if I want to make a video on that, I'll have to talk about either the game or the show. I don't know. It's very difficult. I think my time's almost up, so my last thing will be that May 13th, at least for those who got Rooster Teeth first membership, is Ruby Chibi is back. Okay, I'm happy about that. Not everyone really into the whole Ruby Chibi stuff. I'm super into it because I just like being around this stuff. I don't mind taking non-mainline content. I like anything that has to do with Ruby, even if it's non-canonical. This is funny. I love it. I love it to hell. Back. Um, and they did have a character thing where it was Penny at the beginning. I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that also marks the fact that uh, once Ruby Chibi is done, it should be Volume 5, which I'm gonna be really happy. Although I can't binge Volume 5 like I could binge volumes. Well, I don't know what else to do. That's pretty much it. Ruby's all I played this week or the past couple of times. School's over, video's released, and you start working on another video. That looks about it. Yeah. Oh, so with all that said, I do want to thank anybody who may have stopped by. Um, Again, gonna do another playthrough of Ruby on Monday, tomorrow, the 8th. So, see you then. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.